Your music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage. One, two, 1, 2. You now rocking with the No Vultures podcast. You got me, myself, Lord Rab. You got OG Clee going away on a vacation. Free OG Clee. And today we got a very, 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 very special guest. Now this guy, I know they got a Mount Westmore, right? But sometimes you gotta have an alternate. Sometimes you gotta have a sub. Sometimes it's that guy that's been the people's champ, the hero, the guy that we all know can out-rap a lot of motherfuckers and been able to do that. And in the era where I'm from, had to walk like that when you talk like that, right? This guy is literally, this ain't no pun intended, a Sacramento king, a motherfucking legend, right? From being friends and being associates with the late great Tupac Shakur, to the E40s, to you name it. I mean, this dude is all over the place, man. Man, today we got Sacramento's own, West Coast Mafia's own, the motherfucking legend, Cowboy, C-Bo for show. Bo motherfucking low. C-Bo on No Vultures today, man.
No Vultures. Good looking, baby.
Man, man, hey, Bo, man, I just got to say this, man. I ain't proud of it, but I saw a lot of crack to your music, man. You know what I'm saying? As a very young man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's inspirational, bro. Right. I'm just telling you, like we look at you like you one of them ones, man. You one of them gods.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to give you the No Vultures disclaimer, though. Ever since we started this podcast, you have been one of those guys that we wanted to get. One of those guys that, like, why we do this shit, because this shit is starting the podcast, at least for me, is because I love it, not just for the bread. It's because I want the stories to be told. Right. Like being inspired by like Drink Champs, seeing them tell out, like we can find out what was going on with Prodigy and Havoc and Queensbridge, but I want to know, how did C-Bo drive from his hood? How did he drive from Garden Block to go hook up with 40 now? You know what I'm saying? That's the stories we want to hear. You know what I mean? So from the inside out. So we don't want to wait till no controversy happen, to no bullshit happen. We want to celebrate a nigga, give him his flowers while he here. So that's the whole purpose of No Vultures.
Right. Appreciate that.
So how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed, man. And I can't complain.
Yeah, in the Bay. Ken, you got him? We good on the mic? Okay. You in the Bay for a show, man, for the Soul Beat.
Yes, sir.
And man, I must tell you, man, the streets is buzzing.
Man, that's good, man. That's how it used to be, though. You know, that's how it was when the motherfucker was coming to the town.
Man, the streets is buzzing, Bo. Like they can't believe it for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just had the Loonies on stage together in the same fashion, and it's the same hype, man. They can't believe it, man.
That's dope.
But you know, on No Vultures, bro, we like to take it from the beginning, right?
Right.
So, Sacramento born and raised.
Straight up, born and raised, man. South side, man.
South side. So when you left the hospital, you went straight to Garden Block.
I went to Greenhaven to my grandmother's house. I was there till about 5 years old.
Okay.
You know, my mother had me when she was young. She was 15 when she had me. So, you know what I mean? She had to get out on her own, you know what I mean? And, you know, from there, that's where we went. We went to the south side, you know what I'm saying? Which was already on the south side, but to the hood of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know when I was young, Sacramento seemed a long ways away. Like, you know, only time we would go that far is like, as far as driving north, is to go to the fair.
Right.
And to go, you know, Reno or Tahoe that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I had family members in Sac.
Yeah.
But when you touch down in Sacramento, man, it's like it's crazy. Like you went, like it's the state capital, right? So I don't know what you would think.
Right.
But when you get to that motherfucker, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
So growing up, you know, in your neighborhood, what was the like soundtrack to your life? Like, what was the temperature of the streets? What you heard coming out the cars? The vibration? What was the hustle? Like, what was going on?
far as music, or you just talking about the life?
Just like so, all of that, like so, they was listening to this, but they was hustling like
I
this,
mean,
so they
it was Herbie Hancock. It was Roxanne
Ooh.
Shante. It was it was Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I mean? When we was young, you know what I mean. That was the vibe of the it vibrated through our body. You know what I mean. But when the LL Cool J's and the Ice Cubes, MC Shan and Shy D and all them dudes was coming out. You know what I mean? That was like, okay, they were speaking this language that we were walking. That we was out there living. So, you know what I mean? That just really pushed me into that lane of loving music.
Right.
Of knowing that, damn, maybe I can, they rapping about the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? A lifestyle.
Right.
Whether it was mine or, somebody else, a dope dealer or a gangbanger or just a player.
Right.
Or whatever the case may be. You feel me? So that just made me want to tell my story. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So it's like, what was the like first gangster shit you think you heard on wax?
Man, Ice Cube. I'm going to say that, NWA.
Because a lot of people say the
Ice-T. Message, but I didn't take it as real gangster. Message
it was more
had a
reality
message.
rap.
Message
Yeah.
had a message. They was like the uncles.
Okay.
They were like the uncles of the rap game. You feel
Okay.
me? Like they were smart. They knew they were going in the right path. They wasn't on no stupidity shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
I know
I
you
was fucking with that though.
I know you a real hip hop head, right? So
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, where was, as far as gangster rap, because you are a gangster rap expert, where was Cool G rap in that equation?
Ooh, Cool G, he is. They is gangster.
He was
rap.
gangster, huh?
Yeah, Cool G and them gangster rap.
Right.
For sure.
Right,
Sure.
right.
They had a message too, but they was a little on the jagged, the edge of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, they was living the lifestyle.
Lifestyle, that's the name of the song. So, but in your neighborhood now, I need to hear this from you, right? Because everybody talks about this, and I know they don't really know the origins of gang shit in Sacramento.
Right.
So you just spoke of a time when Herbie Hancock was popping, when probably, breaking in Beat Street was going on, right? So you got linoleum and cardboard and people dressing a certain way, right? But when did that gang element come?
It came right around that time.
Okay.
Right after that, it was close to that.
So crack already on the
years.
street.
Crack was cracking.
Okay.
Crack hit, and we was before the crack really got to our section. We was right there before that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, crack hit. Gang violence came. See, we right up under the Black Panthers. You feel me? So we kids looking for the KKK type motherfuckers, because we seeing them on the news, but we,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
We hearing they having rallies and shit. This was before the gangs,
Right.
Before my initiation to the gang. So, you feel me? That was always on the mind too. And then once the gangs came into place, that was if you was a wild kid and you was out there, you probably didn't have no father figure at home to really make you, stay home and do work and with all this shit. So that's what you cater to, the big brother type of gang.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Like them was where your big brothers was. You feel me? Like them niggas to check you, wreck you, whatever, if you out of line. You know what I mean? So, that's where all that came, man. You know?
And like I always wondered this, because like when Colors came out, right?
Right.
So they wasn't gang banging in Oakland, but they reacted to it.
A lot of people did.
They
That movie
reacted
came
to
out?
it. Yeah, they reacted like gang members, right? So in the movie theater, niggas shooting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You seeing a rival and you just thinking you need to bang on him somehow, right? Like that's how it. So I'm just imagining y'all was already like that, right?
It
In
was already
Sac.
turned out in Sac.
Did it turn it up?
It turned it up because then we understood that, damn, we thought only it was Crips in Los Angeles. In Sacramento. We didn't know it was Crips in Stockton and Fresno. You know what I mean? All the way down the freeway. You feel me? So once the movie came out, and my homeboy, he had a cousin in Stockton that wound up getting shot.
Okay.
At the movie. You feel me? So we wind up going down to Stockton, and that's when we figured out, damn,
Okay.
these niggas crimping like a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? So then, That's how that.
That's crazy. I first met my first Dr. Crip partner was 44G NYA. Like I was like, damn, y'all fuck with it like that.
Gang, man.
Yeah, like y'all fuck with it like that.
Homies.
But even in those politics, like Bloods dominated the Sacramento games.
yes.
Like, so how was it? Because surviving in that element, because that shit was real.
You had to be a thorn of that shit, man. I'm saying to survive, then you had to really be explosive out there. You know what I mean? Like, cause they was outnumbered in Juvenile and wherever you went, you was outnumbered. The fair, you know what I'm saying? These carnivals, like when they came deep. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be really doing some shit to keep them from coming to your neighborhood just on that hype, but they coming to hit some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they know how serious it is. So
that shit crazy because like it made me think of, you know, like later on in life now that, you know, when I'm older, I always think about young niggas and how, you know, when you think from your young self, like you could be almost scared of your young self, like, nigga, what? I was ready to do what?
Yeah, for real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But back then, in order to survive, you had to be like that, right?
Right.
So, but one thing I do know is Sacramento had the elements of being hustlers also.
Oh, yeah.
So how was it like combining those two things? Because, you know, like in other places, you don't have both. They just banging or some niggas hustlers. Like,
So we was always known for having marijuana. Our neighborhood was big on selling marijuana. You feel me? So that was the first thing we would try to hit a lick, come up on some money to buy some weed from the motherfucking Puerto Ricans. We had Puerto Ricans in there. You know what I mean? So we try to get some money and buy some weed from the Puerto Ricans, and we had our little one way in, one way out type of little neighborhood. So one of my older homies, he wound up getting in a motorcycle accident, and he got a settlement. So after he got a settlement, he wound up going to get some bricks. He wound up fucking with the game. You know what I mean? So that's when the crack hit the city. When I came out of Juvenile Hall, I seen crack everywhere. Like, what the fuck? Niggas smoking it mixed with weed and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was experienced to the crack era for the first time. You know what I mean? And he had a crew. And if it was another motherfucker, because we was gangbangers already, you know what I'm saying? So how he did it, if it was somebody else down the way that had a project that was selling crack, he would take us down there and shoot it up. You feel me? But he would already have a female that already got apartment in her name in there. Yeah. So after that, we run up in the apartment, and the police come. They go out there. The females go out there and tell you, "Oh, okay, they gone."
Right.
So we rush out there and sell the crack before these niggas come back.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So when they come back, they see us. It's another thing.
Right.
And we repeat it.
Right.
Now it's our spot.
Taking
so
spot.
that's what he was doing. That's you know, I was a kid. I didn't understand what he was doing, but he was using the gang violence to take over certain dope areas.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. And when you just in it and being the kid, you don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following the. You know, feel me? I'm just trying to fit in and do what the hell these niggas doing because I'm a follower.
Right.
You
right.
feel me?
Right. You know, when I was just speaking of colors earlier, right? And I always a scene that always stick out to me is when I think it might be Don Cheeto. Is that Rocket? He Rocket? Yeah, but I mean they was on their knees and they was brothers.
Right.
And they had the Uzis and they got off on each other.
Right.
And that always stuck to me, like, you know, when you in this shit, sometimes it get like that, right? To where like I didn't understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm the only Crip in my family, pretty much. Everybody else is Bloods.
So because you got a brother.
Brothers. I got
from
three
Meadowview.
brothers from Meadowview. They Bloods. They all from Meadowview. They real Bloods. They serious. They didn't
One of them was a rapper.
Yeah.
Well,
two of them, Meek? Two of them, it was Big Meek and
Okay.
then Lil Meek. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Big Meek was first.
Okay.
Then Lil Meek got on. You feel me? So, but like the same time, like my whole life of gangbanging, when I came out of YA, my brothers was turned out. Before I left, they wasn't turned out. You know what I mean? But when I came home, they was turned out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they was Bloods, and you know it was just like I had already been infected with it. So I'm like, okay. Then my brothers, homie, we gonna have a little some sense right there,
right.
with that neighborhood right there because you feel me, it's close,
right?
You know what I mean? And that's just how it is because there's so much family right there. It's really just a street that split us up. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got So you had a partner too, right? That was his name Doug.
Dub.
Doug.
Yeah, my cousin.
He was a blood.
Yeah, he a blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just came back from doing 29 years
But-
for murder.
Yeah. So that shit, as a leader, that shit didn't really matter to you because you was
Nah, man, this shit mafia, homie.
right.
It started off as a gang, but as I started in gangs, I understood that the spread of your wings is the bigger your squad is, strength of numbers. You feel me? And then me going through YA and going through all these systems, I was finding that it was really the enemy was really like me. He was solid like me, nigga. That's why, you know what I mean? We having problems.
Exactly.
And he was standing on this shit like I was standing
Exactly.
on this, like,
You
nigga, what's
gonna
happening?
learn- you gonna
And
learn.
that was the nigga, though.
Right,
You feel me?
right,
So
right.
I just learned, like, it ain't really, it never been around, it never was about violence and just crime. It was about protecting the neighborhood.
Exactly.
You feel me? It's like, oh, they did what? Come on, homie. Where they at?
Exactly.
Now we over there. Guess what? Now they back over here. Now we back over there. And it's a TikTok. You feel me? It's back and forth. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really how it be fucking around.
I know you taught you. I don't know the name of the high school out there, but back in the day, it's like when we used to go to a school called Skyline, but y'all had the girls' school. Is it Bishop something?
Bishop and no. I call it bitches and hoes.
Right.
Yeah, Bishop and no.
I was like, when you running down going to these schools like that, y'all gangsters though.
Right.
But really, y'all was looking for the square girls.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Yeah.
mean, but that's what, because it seemed like now it ain't really like that. Like, it's like they look for the wildest, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's different.
I mean, we was trying to get out of that shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
These niggas is trying to get into it.
Man, say that.
You feel me? They not living the life. They want to live the life.
Man,
You feel me? They do one thing and then they get locked up and they think they solid.
absolutely.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like this is a repeated thing you have to go through. It's a cycle. You feel me? And it's not you making yourself solid. The gang got to come and tell you, hey, homie, you solid, homie. I don't give a fuck
Right.
with nobody. When a solid nigga that you look up to come tell you, hey, homie, you solid, homie. I fuck with you.
Right.
Then you know you solid. Then
Right.
that's when you get that real nigga feeling.
Right,
Like, damn, these
right.
niggas, the real niggas fuck
Right.
with me.
Right.
The real niggas telling me, nigga, I'm one of the realest niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's just how this shit
You
is.
you
man.
like starting to get in trouble and shit, like going through juvenile and shit, like like what was that point where, like, what kind of cases did you catch first? Because like some people start off with stolen cars or getting caught with rocks, or like what was going on?
Well, one day I came out the house. I had just moved to the neighborhood, and everybody was playing. They was having a water balloon fight. The whole neighborhood. It was kids everywhere. It was like, some TV shit. It was
Okay.
just kids having water balloons, throwing it everywhere. Then they ran out of water balloons.
Okay.
And everybody looking sad. So me and my partner, we go up to the store, and I steal some balloons.
Okay.
So I go steal a bunch of balloons and come back and pass them out. We have a water balloon fight.
Okay.
So the next day, we want to do it again. You feel me? So I went back up there and got caught the next day.
Okay.
You feel me? But I was stealing just to have fun with these
with
motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I was stealing
yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that was my first, taste of theft. And then from there went to Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing cars, Trying to get from one side of the town to the other side.
And if
what
you
I
know
mean?
Sacramento, motherfucker, if you ain't got no car,
Yeah, your ass is done. So that was next,
Did you skip any of the boys' ranches, any of that shit? Did they try
I've
alternative?
been everywhere. I've been in everything.
Vision
they got
Quest,
out
all
there.
that shit?
I just never been a group home. Mama never gave me up.
Never
feel
gave
me?
you up.
but I've
Yeah.
been there.
So when that time was, because you hear horror stories, right?
Hmm.
So when you first got that, like, all right, man, we sending your ass to YA this time.
Oh yeah, YA. You hear about YA, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody in YA niggas, like, you just hear about it's a spot for warriors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not a warrior, you don't want to go to YA, dog.
Man.
If you think you ain't finna get in a fight, you crazy.
You crazy. You
finna
gonna
get in a
fight.
You gonna have to fight. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gonna fight.
So, when I got up in there, everybody they had been in there, they had muscles and shit. These niggas was kind of swole. I'm the little kid, like, God damn, I ain't never did I ain't had to do push-ups. You feel me? These niggas been lifting iron in that
Same
motherfucker,
shit
baby.
out there. You can see this. You at NRCC now.
Yeah.
As soon as you get to the reception,
Yeah,
you like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Niggas
I
in there on
see it.
violations.
Yeah, I'm seeing the older niggas from the other yard. They walking in the child line and shit walking. I'm like, God damn, okay. You know. But when I got up in there, you know, it was shit. You gotta be in line. It's just fight for your respect, man, and you'll be all right.
Right.
Because ain't nobody gonna keep wanting to fight you.
Nah, hell no.
If you fight
not
them
if you're
back.
willing to fight.
Yeah, not if you fight them. If you don't fight them back, they'll fuck you up every day.
It don't even matter if you lose. If you get that motherfucker a fight, he ain't gonna keep coming.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. So going through the and YA was really fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, because you could be trying to program.
Yeah.
Like going to see a board every year, it just was not. They'd keep your ass in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so getting out and is when you got out of YA the very first time. Is that when, like, was you rapping already?
I've been rapping. Yeah,
You been rapping?
Yeah, I've been rapping.
So
I was known.
At that time, was you Cowboy rapping?
Yeah. I had different names. Cosmo X. I had all type of names.
Damn. What was that influence? X-Clan?
Man, I don't know where that shit came from. I was with this nigga in YA.
Ascari gave you that name, man.
And this before I knew it started. You know what I'm saying? I had all type of names, man. Devoneer, Too Fresh.
Damn.
From Too Short. Too Short. Yeah, Too Short. That was a Too Fresh day. I got that from Too Short.
Was you pimping hoes in the raps too?
Oh no, I probably wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't.
Hey, so your first time getting paroled, I seen y'all not really saying his name, but is that when you met your CEO?
No, I mean I've been to him. We from the same neighborhood.
Y'all are from the same neighborhood.
Yeah, we from the same neighborhood. You feel
And this
me?
this is a baller from your neighborhood.
Sort of like you could say that. Yeah,
Or like
this
a big
nigga
dog.
getting money.
A big dog.
Big dog, yeah, big dog getting money. You know what I'm saying? You know, he always been like that. You feel me? So when I came home, my homeboy was like, "Man, let me, take me to go get a piece." You know what I'm saying? He was going out of town. So we looking around, and then the homie's like, "Damn, the homie over there." So I wound up going to see him. You feel me? And he looked out for the homie, and then at the same time, he was in an area where E40 and Lil Bruce and all these rappers was that was on records. You feel me? But I was known as, rapping, you know what I'm saying? But I never been on record, you know what I mean? So that was my first time really, getting a taste of that.
So like but does AWOL start with C-Ball, or is AWOL started? Does he have to establish
AWOL
together?
He was on the run from Vacaville.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the run from CYA. So we like, shit, what we gonna call this motherfucker? We all absent without leave. AWOL Records. You know what I'm saying?
And the publishing company was on the run.
On the run distribution.
I read the notes, man.
Right,
I used to read all that shit, bro.
But that's what we was known for.
Yeah.
You feel me? The police in the city was looking for us. You know what I mean? Like we was just known to be on the run.
Yeah, if Hot Boy could be the original, you was the original Hot Boy, like for real. Right. And so you get into this situation where you seeing these rappers and these niggas got songs on wax, but you start making music with Mike Mozzy.
Well, Mike Mozzy was to the side because 40 was like the main act, you know what I mean, of putting everything together.
Okay.
And they had Studio Tone pretty much tied up. Studio Tone was producing their music. So Mike Mozzy was on the side. And I came. But like I said, Tone and 40 when them was too busy, you feel me? So I'm looking for production too now. Somehow me and Mike hook up. I go to his apartment, you know what I mean? And from there, come up with Gas Chamber. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta get in your mind right then. Like, Gas Chamber this is the urban myth. I don't know if it's true or not.
Right.
Gas chamber, you talking about your hood.
Right, yeah,
You talking about your block.
Pretty much, yeah, that's what it is. Gas chamber is the garden block. You inside the garden block, that's the gas chamber.
But I ain't know that shit until like a year ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had no idea.
That was just the mind frame that I was in, that I was just, you know what I'm saying, trying to give y'all, you know, the experience that I've been through. Or I've heard about them homies. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just giving you our lifestyle of the garden block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was.
What was your influence as a rapper? Because how I took it always was it felt like I could drive to your hood from where I was at just because you from Northern California. So even if you are a Crip, it feel like you my cousin like from down the street, right? Right. So that's how closely related Sacramento and Oakland is, the Bay in general, right? There was really no difference, right, outside of gang politics, right? And when I'm hearing you rap this, I felt like this a nigga that's down the street going through what I'm going through, but it's like still in the pocket of Ice Cube. Right. It felt like Ice Cube, but it felt like this nigga really in the hood. Like now that I know, and no disrespect to Ice Cube, but now that I know who he is and his background and his upbringing, it feels like that. Right. Like it was some authenticity about what you were saying. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like this nigga rapping about his life.
Yeah, he was like a big part of my, you know, me doing what I do, because I used to listen to NWA like a motherfucker. Like that was the first young gangster shit, the young group. You know what I mean? As far as Public Enemy and all the rest of them, this group represented what I see when I go outside of my house. You know, when I'm around every day, you know, these niggas right here is rapping my motherfucking life. Mm-hmm. It's really, you feel me? I'm like, their life, my life. You know, I'm living that life too. Right. So, you know, when I came with my shit, it's just I wanted to give that same approach. You know what I mean? I wanted to tell my story, and I wanted them to really feel it and understand it. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just how I put it out there. Yeah. You feel me?
I when it touched the streets, right? Like where are you at as far as with your peers hustling, banging, you on the run? When you working on this, and like when you first able to let your homies hear it, like what
they've been knowing me since Juvenile Hall, because I'm one of them kids that, like, if you don't see me outside, you know I'm in Juvenile Hall. You feel me? Like I'm always there. You know what I mean? Like I was just a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? Always, well, a curious kid, trying to do some shit. Right. You feel me? So I was known in there, even from the counselors and motherfuckers. They always knew that I'd be banging on the window, busting a rap for everybody. You know what I'm saying? On the bleachers or whatever the fuck. Hey, hit that door for me. Ray, hit that door for me. So you know what I'm saying? So that's where all that shit came from. You feel me? Yeah.
So whose philosophy was it, right, to go around, because y'all literally pressed up $1 million, right, and gave out $1 million. Yeah. Whose idea was that?
Well, it was like shit, you know. I guess it was the homie idea. You know what I mean? It had the label. Yeah. You know what I mean? We like shit, but we pretty much wanted everybody to have the music. You feel me? It was how we was promoting. We gonna give this shit away because this ain't our last album. This is our first record. You feel me? And we giving you some good shit. Right. We're not giving you no bullshit. You feel me? We giving you a bomb ass record, and it's making motherfuckers go by the hole because it's a snippet. You feel me? We got snippets and we got all this shit. We just, you know, we going city to city though.
Y'all was your own street team.
Yeah. City to city, high school to high school. That was the play. Cause I was kind of young, you know. I can go to high school and promote. You feel me? Yeah. So that was the thing, to hit every high school and give everybody a CD. And then when we come back next week, shit, man, they like, man, this shit is jamming. This you, whoa. Yeah. You feel me? And that's how it happened.
And you on the run still at this time?
I'm on the run.
Man, that shit is crazy, man. That hey, that story crazy as motherfucker, man. So when y'all press these motherfuckers up, like
It's overtime.
it's overtime.
It's overtime.
But y'all going to St. Charles.
Yeah, St. Charles was the one who gave us the game.
Okay.
He gave us the game, and it was up for us to take his game and do what the hell he said do, which was go down to a distribution company, work a deal out or whatever the hell, and you know what I mean, press up your CDs, ship them, whatever the hell, you know what I mean. So that was him giving us the game, and you know that's how it all started with St. Charles, man. Without St. Charles, shit, I don't know, we wouldn't be in the game.
And so by the time Gas Chamber dropped, was that 92?
Yeah, 92 reissued 93.
92 reissued 93, and you reissued it, but still not on a major.
No.
This
Everything is independent.
Whole shit independent.
Everything is independent. We did one album with New Tribe, which I wouldn't say they're major. I mean, they were big.
It was a subsidiary of
You
Jive.
feel me? Something
Yeah.
like that, you know. So we did one album that was Till My Casket Drop.
Right.
But that was the only time that, you know, I had a situation.
And they also had a situation with the Loonies. New
Yeah,
Tribe
yeah.
did.
We was all the way at the same time.
Yeah.
It really was the label situation. It wasn't mine. It was just for
It
a
was the
record
label.
that they were trying to get me to do.
Okay.
That I wanted a certain amount, so they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna go over here and get it from them."
From them and pay you. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's how that came about.
So like working with Mike Mosley, man, which I say is one of the greats, one of the
Shout out Mike
founders.
Mosley, Sam Bostic.
Sam Bostic,
Yeah.
Tone Capone, all of these guys, Studio Tone,
Yeah.
DJ Duro. These
Yeah.
these are the guys and the founders of what I consider to be mob music.
Right, of course.
And nobody was really necessarily saying it hella much, like they called hyphy, and they called mob music just was what it was because it came out of the phone, right? So all of y'all, without even talking about it, created the same type of art.
Right.
But when you start getting with the big dogs that was already established, because once niggas heard Bo, it was over. I'm sure everybody said, I want to work with this dude. Where he at?
It was like that. A lot of people was trying to reach out. You know what I mean? A lot of people was reaching out. But then again, you know, we had it wasn't like they was reaching out directly to me. It was getting people calling the office and you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know really my position where I was at. I was still lost in the gang shit and you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Straight up.
When you I don't know how this happened, but I know I've heard that you became the Baldhead Nut when you cut your curl.
Yeah.
Right.
Nut.
And bro, who named you that?
Man, I had cut my hair off. And I had this cutlass, and I used to be driving crazy, you know, burning rubber, doing donuts and shit. And they be like, "Nigga, that nigga's a nut, Baldhead nut."
Yeah.
That's just how I came right there.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Niggas mimic that.
Yeah.
I mean, a nigga would literally pull up on you and be like, "Nigga, I'm a Baldhead Nut." Like, you know, I mean, I'm just saying though, bro. We gotta tell you this type of shit while you hear. Like, you gotta hear it. Like, as a kid, nigga, I wanted to be a Baldhead Nut. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to fishtail through the cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm living these lyrics. Like, I'm trying to do everything I'm hearing you say you doing, because I feel like this is real. Like, this nigga he living like me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But that's one of the greatest monikers in hip hop history. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. The Baldhead Nut, like, come on, man, ain't, and then can't nobody mimic it. You know what I'm saying? Liquor Store.
Liquor store, man. That's something really about me and my cousin, man.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin used to wake up and go to the liquor store every day. You know what I'm saying? You know, get some liquor, go find some bitches, you know what I'm saying? Go kick it, you know, just trying to kick it, you know? And that's what that song was really about.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you ever, or one of your partners have a green 5.0?
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's been a couple niggas.
Was that yours?
Nah.
I don't know if niggas when y'all was coming, because I know y'all used to slide through Oakland and ride up and down Foothill and shit. Motherfucker be like, that's Seawall. I didn't know if it was true or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I seen green 5.0 on gold ones. You know what I'm saying?
So many, you know.
I gotta ask you this. Realer than real.
Realer than real.
Is that is that song really about tired of being stepped on video shoot?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What happened, Bo?
Realer than real. What happened at the video?
Yeah.
We went to go support E40 in the clique, for their video shoot. And we posted up kicking it. And this van keep riding by. We know we gangbangers, so we watching every car that come by there.
Yeah.
We were shot at so many times. So every time a car rolled by, we watching that motherfucker. So I see the van, I'm like, this motherfucker keep rolling by. So then we started shooting this little scene, and the van came back, and they slid the door open, and they started shooting. You know what I mean? So they start shooting. Everybody, running. So I ran to the light. It was a big spotlight on us. I ran to the light and turned the light around. You know what I'm saying? To take
And
the
blind
light.
them.
Well, no, the light was on us and them.
Okay.
I just turned it around the other way so it was dark.
Dark.
You feel me? So I don't know if they shoot who they were shooting at, but so I see D-Shot jump in the Corvette, and I jump in the car with him. And we spin around, and them dudes was coming back. You feel me? And what I'm saying?
Yeah, they ran into the Baldhead Nut and the shot caller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's fucking crazy as fuck right there. But and another story about 40 and them that I thought was funny that I heard you talk about was the first time you met him.
Yeah. He say it wasn't the first time I met him, but that's what from my knowledge and regulation, this is the first time I met him. And they was taking me to introduce me to him.
Right.
And they was talking, and they was already over there talking. We walked up, and I just heard the nigga say, "Ain't that nigga that owed me some money?" Right? They was pointing at some nigga. Right? The nigga looked, and he took off running. So I automatically just went after the nigga, like you know what I'm saying? I'm chasing niggas. I catch the nigga and shit, and grab him, and when I slammed him, I fell on my head and slammed myself on my head, fucking with this nigga. You feel me? And they say, man, this nigga both crazy than a motherfucker. Man.
Hey, I know they was thinking like, man, this nigga a different type of nigga. Nigga to say, owe you some money and take off, and I instantly started thinking about that scene in Boys in the Hood where they chase the smoker down and get on him.
Yeah, so, I was raised by older niggas, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a young niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what the young nigga do.
That's what the young nigga do. That's real shit though. Yeah. So AWOL Records as a label, right? We talking about Marvelous. Who else? Pizzo,
LaRue, Killer Tay. It was a lot of people over there. Lil Rick, Lunatic.
We give so much credit to guys. I think, like in my personal opinion, and he did a great job. Like after the Rick Ross era, as far as like recruiting younger cats that can compete with you, actually, right? And it's something you always did.
Well, I love talent. I always wanted to rap with somebody that can out rap me or try to, or at least come close. I wanted to be like, I wanted to have that super group. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I just, I always wanted to get somebody that can stand up with me on that song.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So how did you meet Marvelous?
Marvelous was a fan. You know what I'm saying? He used to be sneaking around, following the nigga around, and it was just like, wanted to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying, wanted to get on. And then one day, I don't know how she got to the studio. She popped up at the studio one time, and shit, from there, it was over. She spit, it was over. We had to have her. She was the yo-yo to the clique, you know what I'm saying? She was, that's what she was, you feel me?
And in our interview, she gave it up for you how much she love you, and
that's my sister, dog.
And one thing about her is, man, like she's a real rapper. Like, and just telling that story, like her following around, she's a rapper. Yeah, like even what she talked about, the stuff she did in school, as far as like performing and all that shit. Like she's a rapper. Like getting and Pizzo, like. Where did Pizzo come from?
So Pizzo, so we had a
heater man.
Was sectioned up. We was stationed in Fairfield, right? We was just doing our thing in Fairfield. So my homeboy had the little spot up there, and I used to see Pizzo. He stayed right around the corner. So we'd be in apartments, you know, fuck with my homeboy. He was only like 14 or 15. You feel me? But he was trying to hustle, you know, trying to make runs or
Right.
whatever the fuck, you know. But I didn't know him then, you feel me? And then, you feel me? We took him to the studio and shit. He started doing this thing and he was like, he wanted to rap. So we was like, all right, nigga, come on through, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was already fucking around.
Right.
You feel me? So that was only right. And shit, there it was, Pizzo. We had to sneak that nigga in the studio. His mama was tripping.
That's crazy. And he
That nigga
sounded a
mama-
lot older than he was.
Yeah. That nigga mama boy used to be tripping.
When you met Keek and Age as the dual committee,
Dual committee.
where did you meet? Because you essentially, I mean, like I said in the ad for the show, man, you essentially, man, like started 3XKRAZY. I known Keek for a long time, and he was around. He used to run with this guy named Orange Man, and you know, they wasn't, you know, really serious. But then later on, he just popped out with you. I'm like, wait, this nigga know Sibo? I know this nigga. How you know Sibo?
See, I don't know. We had the office at the end of MacArthur by Ben's Burgers with that brown building. See, that was our office right there.
Oh, okay.
You know
Man,
what I'm
I ain't
saying?
never know that.
Yeah.
Nigga, I would have knocked on the door. Nigga.
Man, we had the cars all out there. We used to be racing up and down there.
I thought that was Ann Flowers over there. Nigga, I ain't know that.
That was us. You feel me? So I think I heard them rap at the Lake Merritt or some shit. They always had this big ass box on this. We built this radio on a 3-wheeler. We put it on the back and just play our music. Had the tape deck and
Okay,
that motherfucker
yeah.
with big ass speakers, and we would go.
Right.
You feel me? So that's how we was promoting at the park. And I think them niggas was up there, and you know niggas would just be rapping. You know what I'm saying? And from there it was like, God damn, we gotta get them niggas in the lab.
Yeah.
You feel me? Keek and Agent, man. You know what I mean? They was on some shit back then. You know, they was like special.
Right.
You feel me? I was
Right.
like, I gotta have them niggas. Them niggas gonna make me better.
Yeah.
That's competition.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
A lot of niggas don't think like that, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas don't think like that. They don't fuck with it like that. And you continue to do so with Jack and the Mob Figures. Now, is this story true?
Yeah.
They say that they was all like they didn't necessarily come together as a group. That you handpicked. Like it's a bunch of niggas in this room, and they say you handpicked who you wanted in this group.
Yeah, I handpicked them.
That's crazy.
You feel me? And come to find out, two of my pick was already in a group. I
Damn.
said, damn. All right.
Which two was in the group?
What was it? Man,
I think it was FedEx and Hus, right?
Hustler and FedEx.
That's
It was 3 of them though, but it was only 2 of them near. So they
Okay.
said Hustler wasn't near.
Okay, Hus
I
wasn't
didn't
there.
pick Hustler.
Okay.
Hustler came because they had a group. It was the 2 niggas was in a group. I think it was AP9
AP.
and Jack probably or something like that. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Hustler was the third one.
Yeah.
And they was like, man, could my cousin come? He ain't here right now. You feel me? But he dope. You feel me? So I was like, shit, yeah, he can come.
When you did you create the name Mob Figures?
I can't remember, but I think, yeah, I'm pretty much sure I'm a big part of it.
And that was your version of the Outlaws.
Right. That's what I was looking for.
That was dope.
That's what they was telling me. Hey, you need your own little outlaw. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got to go back a little bit. During Gas Chamber or after, how did you finally get wrapped up on your, like, did you catch a case or a violation?
After Gas Chamber?
Yeah,
When
because
I
you was on the run.
Caught a new case. I outran my time because YA time don't stick. You feel me?
Yeah, so you
So
maxed
I ran the
out.
time,
Damn.
and I wind up. I had some traffic shit or some shit that kept having with warrants.
Okay.
Right. So after Gas Chamber, I caught a shooting at my video shoot where my homeboy got killed.
Mm-hmm.
So after I fled on that, and I came back to fight that case, and it was just linked from there. It just was lingering over my head the whole way out. I wound up getting a joint suspension. I wound up getting raided in Atlanta. We wound up getting the feds on us out there, and I wound up being on the run again and getting caught up in Cincinnati. You know, it was just a wild little.
So because you was in Atlanta at the same time as Short.
Right after short. Right after short.
So you caught one of them first Freakniks?
yeah, yeah.
How was that shit?
It was a blast, man. I mean, shit. That's when I really was like, where I figured I felt that I was getting noticeable because people was noticing me out there in Atlanta,
Mm.
you know, and yeah, so Freaknik was a big thing, man. You feel me?
Y'all had an office in Atlanta too.
We had an office out there, yeah, office, duplex, house out there, big house.
Um, Another urban legend. Was you there when Wolf shot Suge, partner?
We was in the back of the we was in the back of they had a little back parking behind the club. And we just back there smoking, listening to music hella loud. It's hella people, so we don't know what the fuck going on. But we hear the shots, but we ain't tripping. We from Cali, and this is always shooting. It's
Right.
like, damn, somebody done shot some shit up in the front.
Right.
And then that's when I heard later that who it was.
Mm.
I didn't even know, you feel me?
Mm.
So,
Damn, that's crazy. Like that's damn near. It's crazy how I look at life like that movie Traffic, like how people cross paths and how shit. You know how later on
the other side, nigga,
this
over here.
situation would even be affecting Pot.
You feel me?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
just lingering down the line, like you
Yeah.
never know. You know what I mean? But in Atlanta, moving from California, moving from Sac, how did you feel? Like, cause I know when you there, it's kind of like, God damn, like you know what I'm saying? Everybody white when we go white professionals, right? So when we
right.
need shit, it's a white person.
Right.
How did you feel? Was that a culture shock for you?
Yeah, it was. It was. I never seen so many black people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And we was going like to the colleges, Belmont, and all these little colleges to promote. You know, I had like little family that was going to them colleges and shit back then. So we was doing a lot of promotion down there, and it's crazy that how many black people it was in Atlanta. It was a shock to us. You know what I'm saying?
You was there during the Olympics?
What year was that? Yeah, we was there from
94,
94,
huh?
95.
Yeah, you had to be there during the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then so when you got when the feds came and y'all got raided, you just left.
Yeah, well, I got away.
Okay.
I was somewhere else. I was at another apartment when they raided the big house. So I wind up packing up, going back west for a minute. You feel me? For like a month or so, few months. And wind up coming back to do a concert in Cincinnati. And got booked over there with 2 guns and a pound of weed. You feel me?
Now, is this the infamous cowboy rapping his way out of court?
Yeah. This is when all that came.
You know that's like some of the illest shit that ever happened in rap, right?
Man, I ain't never heard it. That's crazy though. I haven't seen the footage, but man, I ain't never heard nobody doing that right
Listen,
there.
I'm in either Paso Robles or Always Closed in the day room, right? Watching TV by myself because I'm on phase 1 or something. I got like 10 minutes. This shit, I bullshit you not. This shit come across the screen. MTV News.
Wow.
They have you looking at the judge, rapping.
Right.
So the internet wasn't really out like that then. So when I went looking for this shit the other day, I just knew you had it. Like I went looking for it, but the article is there.
Right.
But the footage is like that blank square like it used to be.
Oh, they done removed it.
However, the formats might have changed or whatever, but I could tell it was there. So you know what I'm saying? The internet did exist in '98.
Right. Okay.
Or whatever year that was.
Yeah.
That was some crazy shit. That was some legendary fucking shit, man.
Man, that was a blessing right there. Boy, I tell you, because they was trying to give me 15 years.
Yeah, I said they let this nigga rap. They don't know who this nigga is, man. They letting Will
The
Smith
judge
out.
that was trying to give me the time died, and I got a black judge, a lady judge, and that's what she said. Just tell him to do this, and I'll do this for him. Gave me a year probation.
And you was on the road. Y'all, this is crazy too, because these people need to know these stories. Y'all was on the road in real whips.
Yeah.
Like it would be like these niggas taking all they Hellcats and foreigns and driving them
motherfuckers
on
all
the
across
road.
goddamn all the way to Atlanta and Tennessee and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they booked you for your Impala.
Yeah, they took that because it was cashed out.
They thought you was a drug kingpin on that. Yeah. They wanted that.
They took my shit.
They seized that motherfucker. Man, I know one thing, man. You have had a hell of a motherfucking career, man. So when you came back, after that arrest, dropped.
To my casket drop.
To my casket drop. So to my casket drop is this the one that's through New Tribe.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying earlier,
Yeah.
right? What was the single on there?
Money by the ton.
Money by the Ton.
Yeah.
Money by the Ton had a lot of motherfuckers thinking you was on No Limit. I don't know why too. Because
Yeah, I
that video
going that
was
way.
shot like, you know what I mean? It was
we
big.
we was in a position to get our own record deal before the feds. Then the feds just tore it apart. You know what I mean? Once they came, it just tore the label apart. You know. So
Was Club Hopping on there? No.
Club Hopping was on Life is a Rider.
Life was a Rider.
Yeah.
And
No. One Life to Live.
I'm skipping ahead, but Club Hopping, for some reason, I thought that was your answer to like, I ain't that gangster, y'all. I do be having fun. Like I felt like that was your answer to
That's
like
what they
we
tried
be
to make
clubbing.
out of it. That's what they tried to make out of it because I was locked up at the time, so they had to come up with something. So they had old shit.
You
they
wasn't in the
was piecing
video?
together. Nope.
You wasn't in the video.
No, wasn't in the video at all.
Damn. You okay?
You feel me?
And that wasn't. Yeah. So they kind of came
they
up with
put that
that.
together on their own.
And let me ask you this too, Bo, the technical side of this recording shit too. You went from reel to reels to decks
Yeah.
to what it is now. So you watch the process of recording turn from this long drawn out process to this shorter process with way more. You know, you actually had to be talented to like have your breaths and all this shit right when you started recording.
Hell yeah.
That's some different type of shit, man. You had to be
Rewind
talented.
that shit. Yeah.
Splice it.
It'll take you all day if you don't know what you're doing, boy. And them motherfuckers want $300 an hour.
Yeah.
They want some bread back then, boys.
They at one point they wanted you on death row.
Yeah. I was on my way. I was gonna go that way.
Even before you was recording with Pop.
No.
After.
Once I did the songs with Pac and Suge just insinuated he wanted me to roll with the squad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that was coming next, but then Pac was like, nah, fuck that. Let me come to my label. I'm about to start a label. Come to my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was with that shit. I just was like, nigga, Death Row was just doing. It was the catch. You feel me? If you
Right.
could catch that, you was out of here.
You was out of here, yeah.
Yeah, they had it. You feel me? So.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You have some of Death Row's biggest releases, and they had hella artists that didn't have records as big as you that came out on their label. So that's something within itself that exposed you to a lot. But even with meeting Pac, like, he shouted you out.
Yeah.
And I be wanting kids to understand these times, right?
Right.
He shouts you out, but this ain't just like you can't hit him on Instagram and text him.
Nah.
Like y'all had to get in contact.
Right.
How did that happen?
They were doing a remix of the video, California Love. And I guess Pac reached out to Richie Rich because, you know, me and Rich was cool. It was like, man, I want that nigga Sebo on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Rich was like, nigga, that nigga Pac wants you, nigga. Pac, you know, he wants you on his shit in his video. And I went down there and met him and shit. And that's when we first met. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
And Pac insinuated you jump in the car with him.
Yeah, he was like, nigga, you ride with me.
He got the 500.
Got the 500 out there with the top down.
You hadn't met him before.
No, I ain't met him.
So all this time when he running around with Rich and the Gov and all this,
Yeah.
you never ran into
Never
him.
ran into him, nope.
And you know, Pac was he remind me of, as far as like ear and work ethic. You know how it seemed like Drake called everybody.
Yeah.
Like Drake get a hold of all them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fuck with that nigga. Like, that's what Pac remind me of. Like, he, you know, and when he's thinking like I'm thinking as a fan, like, nigga, that's the Baldhead Nut. If I could get him to, you know what I'm saying? And what came first? Trading war stories or We Ain't Hard to Find?
We Ain't Hard to Find.
I keep hearing about this session.
Yeah.
How legendary was it?
Man, it's ridiculous, dog. You got E40, man. You got the whole clique in there. You got the Outlaws in there. You got Death Row artists in there. You know what I'm saying? And we working on these songs that you know, I got Mike Mosley down there, Rick Rock, bring the production team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they having us create. You know, they creating the beat. Pac like, nigga, I want you to get on this song. Me, you, and the click. Boom. Put the beat on, and then go write this shit. Then come back 10 minutes later, nigga, with this shit ready. You feel me? You feel me? So that was the first. Song we did, and we did it in the booth all together, like the Temptations.
Yeah.
Like we all
Oh,
in the booth
really?
together. We all got our own mics. You know,
Oh,
in that
yeah.
motherfucker.
I was wondering, how did y'all do that talking part?
Yeah, we was all in the booth together. Everybody was right there talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was live though.
And I always love that. I always love to just think about the aesthetics of everything that was going on in that situation, right? Because let's just keep it real, my nigga. I don't know who the Sacramento rapper was before you. I don't know who that is.
Right.
Who is it?
That's Triple Threat 3.
Okay, let's shout that nigga out, because I don't
Mike
know.
C. Yeah,
like to me and a lot of people, Sebo rap, Sacramento rap started with Sebo. I'm just keeping it real. Like we don't know, and no disrespect to them. Now we know, we educated. I'm gonna look him up and figure out what he had going on.
Yeah.
But for us, Sacramento rap started with Sebo. So to know that you in there, we know what the Bay Area got going on.
Right.
We know all of these niggas rap.
Right.
You made niggas take Sacramento serious.
Well, yeah.
Like, nah, my nigga, you made niggas take Sacramento. Like, I want to go to Garden Block now. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go to these places he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Grooving on a Sunday. All of these shits, these nigga, these are anthems. These like D-boy street nigga anthems. Like niggas love this shit. So I just want to make sure, I know you understand, but to what magnitude, as a real rap nerd, hip hop nigga, street nigga, you know what I'm saying, gangster, all that. I want you to know how much that shit impacted me and everybody around. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit means something to grown men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got another question. Some of these motherfuckers just for me. But on freestyle. You really freestyling.
I walked in the studio. Pizzo session. We was working on Pizzo album.
Okay.
And I walked in the studio and they was playing the beat. And I just went straight in the booth. I told them, turn them off, push record. And I just start rapping this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's freestyling, and that's what it came out.
Did you fumble?
I probably did.
You think, and they cleaned it up a little bit?
I don't know. I can't remember because it's not clean. It's words on there that, you know, it just seemed like I just went all the way through it.
That's what it seemed
where
like.
I fucked up at, they just kept it because I was just in there just bouncing to it. You feel me?
Hey, bro, like I named you, I dubbed you one of the best freestylers. I said, this nigga, did he try to make it sound like he freestyled, or do he really? And niggas wasn't playing tricks like that back then, so you really did it, right?
Yeah. Straight up.
But how in your mind, how do you? Like, nigga, if you freestyling, how do you say, I want 3 for 50, 7 for 100? Like, like, nigga, you talk. Of course, you talking about dub sacks.
Yeah.
But nigga, what? Like,
yeah, I told them niggas it's a Brandy Park, nigga.
Okay,
they
I knew
$20 every time, nigga. I'm like, nah, nigga. I come here every day. I be driving all the way from Sac, nigga, to get these bags.
Right.
I want 3 for 50, 7 for 100.
Man,
and I'll be the only nigga that can get that over there. They don't give a fuck how many bags you buying. They want 20, nigga. And it was them double up bags. Man, they had them big pillows, nigga.
Yep. Shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Four-Way.
Brandy Park, nigga.
And they had it too.
There.
You go to them niggas grinding out a garbage bag,
boy.
Man.
20, 50 cars lined up on the side of that motherfucker. Like, God damn, beep, come out here, nigga.
Man, for real.
Yeah.
But when you said that, see, those the type of things that I'm saying, bro. Right. Like I'm a little young nigga. That's that language. You was talking to me like, who this nigga buying weed from? How you know how to do it like that? And he freestyled about it, so he doing it all the time. Because it's just in his language. You know what I'm saying? When you who was just outside of Pac too? Who would you say is the like biggest artist you work with? Would it be like Q?
I never worked with Q. I never worked with
never worked with none of them.
People in Los Angeles, like Pac and 40.
Pac really and 40
short. You know what I mean? You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another time you made the news. You was a nigga that went to court for your lyrics.
Right.
Not to Cincinnati, not rapping out of court. You went actually got a violation.
Yeah.
And they told you don't say something, right?
It was in my parole papers. Not to promote gang violence or violence against law enforcement.
And you turned around and said, next time they pull you over, shoot them in the face.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what the fuck? Hey, this was unheard of.
Man, you know?
And shout out to Gavin Newsom, because that can't happen anymore.
Right. Dope.
But you was going through the Pete Wilson era.
Pete Wilson, yeah.
He was terrible. In fact, he appointed the YA board members. Nigga, it was hard to go home.
Man,
like,
Pete, fuck Pete.
Pete
man.
fucked
Pete,
us up, man.
Crazy.
So how does starting West Coast Mafia happen after AWOL?
I wanted out of the label. I wanted out. I wanted on my own. I had a situation with Pete. I was supposed to go down. That didn't happen. You feel me? So it was like, damn, okay, Pac gone. I didn't get to deal with P. I'm gonna start my own shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start my own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what I did. I took the artists from the label and took them over to my label, and then we just started working and doing us. You know
And pretty much everybody came.
everybody came. Everybody was over there for me anyway. Nobody was over there.
Right.
You feel me? They wanted to be with me.
They was fucking with you.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about we talked about the Click video shoot, but is when you caught your shooting, was that at 4 Deep video shoot?
4 Deep video shoot, my first video. Yeah.
That's when you the
that's
incident
when the
happened.
shooting
Yeah. So we talked about the shooting, but we didn't say. And I'm only pointing that out to say that they act like it's new, but being a rapper has always been dangerous.
You damn right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't never been safe. So that's just like they acting like some new shit. Rappers been getting killed at video shoots and shot up and all this shit been going on since the beginning of rap. And that's just more for us as black people to just wake our game up and stop fucking with it like that. Warlock Records.
Warlock.
What was that about?
Warlock was this a label attached to Sony, Red, and offered us a deal. You know what I mean? It was my first pretty much like deal outside of leaving AWOL Records and what they were doing, and I wound up going over to Warlock with Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State.
You know what I'm saying? And I had another record I did over there. Can't remember.
You did you when you had your own label, did you feel like you learned from all the mistakes of AWOL, what AWOL had going on, and you pretty much, because it seemed like your artist was pretty much free.
They were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, I ain't want to sign anything. We gonna do a record, and then I'm gonna give you your cut. I don't gotta have you on no paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
That's love.
It's like, why? You feel me? Like, but that was my thing, though. I didn't understand it though. But I wasn't really trying to go. I didn't understand what I needed to do to go get my label a real secure deal.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Then I would have to sign everybody and have that track record to prove that we could do a certain amount of numbers.
Right.
But I wasn't at that level yet, you know what I mean? And then I was still going through fighting these parole papers, fucking police and shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I forgot to ask you too, with your label, when you had Mob Figures, you went to jail.
yeah.
And did you do a deal with Get Paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The deal would get paid. Me and Mike was going you know, do the thing, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how that happened. You feel
Yeah.
me? And Mike was cool.
I just did an interview with Juice. He spoke highly of you and said that you was the like major influence in his rap career, and he talked about that Mob Figure situation and Get Paid and how you was the one instrumental to them even fucking with them over there.
I was trying to help them. Mike was deep.
Yeah.
He was deep out there, you feel me? So I'm like, me and him was cool.
Right.
Look, come over here, let's do this.
Yeah.
Get your label. Let's do this right here, nigga. You got the money, nigga. What the fuck? You feel me? That's all that was about.
The song You Can't Fuck With This.
Me and Spice One?
Uh
Can't fuck with this. Who was on there?
Is that the not Spice One? Is the boy you can't fuck with this?
Oh, boy, you can't fuck with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about that?
What's the story behind that?
So that song was written in Seattle.
About the Seattle.
I had bought a car from a lawyer. Some nigga went to jail and
Was it
lost
the Regal?
A Regal. So some nigga went to jail, I guess, and I don't know if he was a stand-up nigga, he ratted on a nigga, whatever the fuck. But I wound up getting his car from the lawyer. So when I had the car, I guess these niggas probably thought that was him. You know what I'm saying? So they got on me. You feel me? And was chasing us around and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, was shooting, trying to, you know, because it was a couple cars, but it was a car behind me they was shooting at too. But they wind up chasing me, and I wind up jumping out on them with my shit. And then that's all that shit.
Seattle is dangerous, but I knew that song just from the streets, you know, like that was a real.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Situation.
Real situation.
Yeah.
Speaking of Seattle and like all these KC, Seattle's, all this Fresno, LA, like what was the biggest market for SIBO?
My biggest market probably was Kansas City, Oklahoma, Minnesota. It's that Midwest.
That's it, huh?
Can't really put a pin on it, but that's where it's at.
I'm all over the place, but Birds in the Kitchen.
Right.
When that dropped,
Mm-hmm.
I already knew. I think a lot of fans already knew, but you know, it's a lot of this shit makes you one of the greatest storytellers. Also, you come from that era telling stories in your raps. You start off like on a lot of these raps about what you was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of truth to Birds in the Kitchen.
Yeah, I was sitting on the couch, and my man was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, then I just, and there it came right there.
Yeah.
I left that bitch and went straight to the studio and did Birds in the Kitchen.
How did 40 get involved?
It was like a remix.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a video to this song, so we put 40 on the hook. You know, I should have put 40 on the verse. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, it was the beginning of my. I ain't knowing too much about it. You feel me? So let's put him on the hook, get him in the video. You know what I'm saying?
They played it on the radio too. That version.
Right. With 40 on
CML
there?
played that one on on the
Okay,
radio.
cool.
How much? Well, at least Sway and them did. How much love did you get from radio? None. At all.
None.
Which is to be expected because you was the Baldhead Nut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always, I don't know. Everybody got their favorite people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta be tapped in, I guess. And
What was your relationship like with X-Rated?
that was my young homeboy. That was my little homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? He from the same neighborhood, Garden Block. Like, he from Lynch neighborhood, 24th Street. So I'm from 29th Street. And my brother was putting the money up to do his first record.
Okay.
One of my young brothers, you know, was hustling, and I think I was in YA or some shit. You feel me? And they was working on his record. You know what I mean? So, but that's my little homie. That's my young homie. We good. You know what I mean? That's my homie.
I also thought it was wild how, at some point, even though this your partner, like, and y'all from the same hood and rappers, you know, ended up cellies.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we do. You know.
Yeah.
He was in there when I was passing through. So
Right.
fighting this case. So you know, yeah, that's what we do. We move homies in cells and shit.
Yeah.
And it was only right.
Yeah. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, we look at this shit to the outsider, this shit look like a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody you know what I'm saying? It's not just that it's a nigga from the hood, it's that he a rapper too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we was in the county.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the county.
I'll
tell you an incident. He got into it with this big old dude, right? In the county. And you know, he's real short, shit. So I'm like, what you gonna do, nigga? He say, I'm gonna get some bleach and I'm act like I'm gonna drink it, then I'm gonna throw it in his face. Right? And that's what he did. And
Damn.
we jumped him. We jumped
Damn.
him. He walked up like he was drinking some. Then he threw it in his face. It was bleach.
Wow.
I said X, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yug Mouth.
Yucky.
How did y'all start that Thug Lords thing? That's some of the most crazy lyrical shit that they never
I was
touched.
a fan of Yuck Mouth.
Huh?
I heard him Knick Knack. The song he had, you know what I'm saying? It was a song, and this nigga, I said,
Is it so much drama?
So much drama, yeah. I said, this nigga right here, dog.
Like dope fiends, you leave your what? No, that's numb. So, yeah, I know exactly.
You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
they
So
went crazy on that
Yeah,
song.
he went nuts on there, and I was like, man, I gotta do something with that dude. You know what I'm saying? I had never met him, and I think one time I went to Rick Rock house, and he was there, and was like, we gotta do something, and he was like, man, we need to do a group album. You feel me? And we came with the Thug Lords.
Mm.
And shit, that's when we started doing music and shit together.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That shit, y'all made some motherfucking classic shit too.
Appreciate it.
Where does SIBO as an elder statesman in hip hop stand with the rappers in your city? Because we seen the public spat with Mozzy.
Right.
And it all didn't seem like it stemmed from much, but like, where do SIBO stand with the rappers in your city?
I'm their big homie, like all of them. You know what I'm saying? They know.
Mm-hmm.
It's something from an area that will hate me forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's only one area.
Right.
You feel me? The rest of them, they know. You feel me? I ain't pushing no weight in them, but they know what I'm about. You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
What I stand for, what I will do, what I won't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's love. It's been nothing but love.
Yeah.
You know, I've always gave them niggas love. Feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm a big homie. You can't be a big homie if you don't love the young homies.
You can't be.
You can't.
And like I tell OGs all the time, you can't be in competition with them.
Nah.
I set the
Stay
standard.
live.
Yeah.
Man, we did
It's
all
stay
right.
time.
Let me see what y'all niggas gonna do.
Man, that's the realest
If you're
shit.
doing something wrong, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna check you on it.
That's the realest
Because
shit
you
ever.
gotta know what's right and you gotta know what's wrong. Ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm here right now.
Yeah. And one thing that I can say respectfully is that in hip hop, one thing hip hop turning 50. So
Right.
we need to mature with this shit.
Of
There's
course,
been a lot
yeah.
of spats and it stayed on wax because we get world star and this media shit and this phone shit in our hands and all they show is negativity, but rap on wax has existed forever. I'm talking about disses.
Right.
So let's keep that shit like that too. Like
yeah.
to all you youngsters, you ain't got to live that shit out because you have a disagreement with somebody. That ain't what this shit about. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know what hip hop is though.
Yeah.
I know what hip hop is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before the gang and the gangster rap, it was hip hop. You know what I
was
mean?
hip-hop.
I wanted to be a rapper. That's where the EPMDs and public enemies and all that shit. You know what I mean? Them was hip hop rappers. You feel me?
That's real shit.
So Rakim, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like shit, I wanted to be like Rakim, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was flowing.
Man.
He was rapping like I used to know all that nigga lyrics.
Man.
Without a beat. You feel me? So I be forgetting to say this nigga name, but he's one of the niggas that
He's
you
one
feel
of the
me
niggas.
that had me gassing when I was a young motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm listening to niggas like that.
Rakim set that standard, man.
What?
And another thing, Bo, I've been telling older rappers, like, don't diss the style of the way these niggas rap, even though you might not get it. But the reason I say don't diss their style is because the first rappers were saying hip, hop, the hip. So we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's so much, this shit's so broad, you can't diss nobody. It's art. You know
gotta
what I
be
mean?
versatile. And you gotta be able to go with time, homie.
That's real
If
shit.
you stuck in the 70s and 80s and 9, whatever the fuck, you stuck there, that's your problem. You gotta be able to advance. You gotta be able to catch up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
At least stay in tune and in pocket with these dudes, you know?
Right. In your music, you attacked a lot of racial issues. Is that from like experience,
From
life
being in
experience?
jail, since a kid, it's always the white man. You
Right.
feel me? It's like, okay, yeah. They got all this shit set up for us to fail. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm an American, but I can't get a gun. I can have a gun license, but hey, he can have a gun license. Okay, I committed a crime when I was a child, so that crime prevents me from having a gun. I ain't killed nobody. I haven't robbed anybody with a gun. You feel me? Why I can't have a gun license to protect me and my family? It's just a lot of shit that ain't fair.
That's real shit.
You feel me? It's always gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's you look at it that way, there ain't no happiness out here. So
Nah, that's real
and that's
shit.
where my raps come from. You feel me? It's like, you know, hey, shit, the Black Panther nigga, the Kunta Kinte nigga, the you know, that nigga, the eyeball nigga, the nigga don't get
I
shit.
want to say this, Bo, because this don't happen either, right?
Right.
You made the Billboard several times, right?
Yes.
And One Life to Live was number 12 on US R&B, but Gas Chamber was 53 after y'all gave away all of those units,
Right.
redistributed, and it was 50. Now, like,
That's my first record.
first record,
Independent.
but we talking about arguably the greatest year of hip hop. We talking about Doggy Style.
Mac 10.
We talking about Max. We're talking about Wu-Tang.
Right.
We're talking about some shit Nas. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the shit that was surrounding this area, and for you to actually chart. I'm trying to, because I also try to show people where you from how much we was involved. Like niggas wasn't no kick to the curb, kick to the side. These niggas
Right.
was factors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so for you to do that shit independently and to make Billboard, like, that's
We
crazy.
independent. We number 4 twice on Billboard. We rated
Twice.
number 4.
Twice,
Tales of the
number
Crib,
4. That's
Till my
fuck-
casket drop.
man, that's
number
fucking
4.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking crazy, man. And so one thing I'm just trying to let everybody know is that, you know, you got to look at this shit from a broader perspective. Stop looking at it from what niggas ain't did or what they don't do for us, or they don't look at it. Nigga, we mob. That's what we
Right.
do. We've been doing it. Independent.
Right.
Back in more modern times, something that made the headlines. And rest in peace to that brother. I know he was a father and shit. That the brother got killed at your video shoot.
The recent one just now?
Yeah, like recently.
Right, right. Yeah. that's a good
I
friend
think
of
that
mine.
was a video of Lab.
Right.
Uh,
right.
and that was all over. This shit was super sad, you know. And they talked about his story and who he was and things like that. Like, not going backwards, but in the forward progress. Talking about rappers, right? We've been
Right.
seeing what's been happening to rappers.
Right.
Coming from SIBO,
Right.
how can you move? Because that's something you can't prevent, right? But what can you do out here to try to like lessen the probabilities of shit like that happening?
Man, dog. Can you stop it? If anybody wants to do something, they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's hard to stop somebody that really wants to do something. If he gets his balls to do it, he's gonna do it. You feel me? You can't stop nothing like that. You could be prepared more, more prepared, have more security out there or more people looking around or whatever. But when you're having fun, man, and your surprise is gunshots. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it coming. You just hear it. So it's you don't be ready for that.
That's real.
Unless you military, you feel me? And everybody military, they stay looking around and just looking at everything moving.
And that ain't
you know what I'm
having
saying?
fun.
Everybody wants to be a part of it instead of protect it. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
That's what niggas fail at.
Real shit.
You feel me? You gotta protect this shit, bro.
Nah, that's real, bro.
Now not the security. All of us have to protect this shit. You feel me?
That's real.
Yep.
Before we get out of here, I want to mention this too, because you worked with, you spoke with DJ Screw before, and
Yeah,
it showed you
yeah.
how much he respects you.
Man,
Worked
love.
with Daz Dillinger before.
Love.
Had you super slapping.
Right.
I just want to highlight some of these because these is legendary people that you work with.
Right.
Right now, we on the eve of SIBO performing in Oakland. I've been arguing with fans for a month. Have SIBO ever performed in Oakland?
Yes.
Okay.
One time, Sweet Jimmy's.
Okay.
Sell out.
They said it got turned out though.
Sell out. How'd it get turned out? We was in the.
So you
we
finished your
was
show.
outside. Yeah, we finished the show. We went outside. It was thousands of people outside. We just sat on the cars and just was kicking it. It was just, it was a good night. There wasn't no turnout unless somebody fought or something.
Yeah, no, I thought.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a shit, man. We had a blast.
Well, let's say, what year was that, Bo?
94.
So, 28 years later, same spot, Soul Beat, Chuck Johnson, again, the new Chuck Johnson. That one was the old Chuck Johnson.
Same spot.
Same spot.
Sweet Jimmy's?
Sweet Jimmy's is New Parish.
Oh, nigga, this shit gonna pop, nigga. That shit fat, nigga. That shit gonna pop.
You know what I'm saying?
Right there on the block. That shit gonna pop. That whole shit, dog. They was the whole shit with just niggas and cars and just people everywhere.
We repeating that tomorrow, man.
Feel me?
That's a fact, man.
But I love Oakland though. It's like one of my favorite places in the Bay. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like straight up.
And shout out to Chuck and Soul Beat, man. They in here, man. And
For sure.
We looking forward to this event, man. I'm looking forward to hosting. I'm looking forward to seeing Marvelous. Looking forward to seeing Spice. I'm looking forward to seeing the people being so happy to see Sibo, man. Yeah. This excitement that I'm having during this interview, this is everybody, man. This ain't me. Like, it's somebody that's gonna watch this shit and be mad as fuck at me for not asking something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how this shit go, because we, you know, Bo, like, it's almost like it's a treat for us that you're not overexposed. Right? But the world moves overexposed. Right. So sometimes we forget. Right. But for right now, we about to get a treat. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to see you perform this shit. I never seen it, right? So for me to be able, as a fan, to be like, damn, this nigga really performing songs off Gas Chamber. Oh, yeah. He really finna go in. He finna do this shit. Like, like, you know, it's big. And man, I can't wait, bro.
Oh, it's going down. It's
going fucking down. Can we expect Marvelous jumping back on your set? Spice jumping back on? Can we expect some?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, you know, I guess when Spice get here, we figure out.
Figure it out.
On,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, me and Marvelous got something we doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring Marvelous out. I'm gonna bring Pizzo out. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Get y'all a little treat with them.
Yeah. Yeah. This gonna be big, man. I'm gonna take this part of the interview and edit it now so I could put it up so people could see, man. Tomorrow is going fucking down. You know what I'm saying? Legendary hip hop day, legendary moment, legendary platform. So we gonna be there. No vultures. Bo, anything you want to say to the fans before we get out of here?
Hey, man, just keep staying tuned in, man. We working. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the family. Stay loyal to your friends, man. And keep the enemies outside the circle, man.
Yes, and before we go, I got to get your social media so they know.
Sibo Milefather everywhere.
On everything.
Everyone you looking on, Sibo Milefather.
Can you teach some of your older counterparts that, man, to keep their shit the same on everything?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it, man. If you want a motherfucker to find you and contact you, man. Again, man, thank you, Bo, man.
Appreciate you.
For you know, being on No Vultures, man. Like, for me, this is a bucket list interview. This is a bucket list meeting. This show is about to be a bucket list thing for me. I wouldn't be nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Whether I was involved or not. And tomorrow, man, we up.
It's going on, man. It's going down, baby.
For sure. Man, I'm Lord Rab at everything. We know Vultures on everything, and we gone, man.
Deuces.
Stay all blue. I'm just trying to stay racked up like you. Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Trying to stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimping, nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil'